Stock trading advice. What kind of advice could I give to a new stock trader, or even somebody who's been trading for a while, but who's trying to get to another level? That's the subject of this next video. I'll see you there. Hi, in this lesson on stock trading basics, I started this lesson when I was creating these slides and I was asking myself the question, what advice would I give myself when I first started? And one of the first things I would give advice to myself way back in the day was learn how to maintain your mental and emotional edge. You know, when the market's not going your way, it's really easy to spiral out of control in a negative fashion. I mean, you start thinking you're stupid, you're so dumb, you've lost this money, and you know, your self-esteem and your self-worth can really take a hit. And the problem is that it erodes your confidence. And in trading, really, confidence is the cornerstone to everything you do, because if you're not confident, you're going to make poor trade decisions and you're going to start trading scared. So you need to learn how to make yourself mentally and emotionally strong and maintain it. Now, some of the things that I've used are NLP. That's really fashionable. What I do is basically I tie a peak performance state to pinching my middle finger, so that whenever I start feeling myself down, or for any reason, the more you use it, the better off you're going to be. It ties together those feelings of being a winner or entering that state of flow. So even if I'm taking a loss, I can disconnect from it enough to be able to still kind of be objective and make the right decisions when I have to. Listen, in trading, not everything goes your way. Everybody gets a flat tire, but it's your ability to be able to get effective, go change your tire, and get back on the road. Now, the second thing I would tell myself is strive for an understanding of the market. And to do that, I mean, make sure that you're a good student of price action. You know, there was a story one time that Einstein had been approached by a young physics student. And actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. He was in a cafe getting some lunch, and everybody was going around and talking about, you know, what they did for a living. He was with a group of people that he just met. And, you know, they said, well, you know, I'm a fireman, or, you know, hey, I'm a doctor. And when it came to him, he said that he was a passionate student of physics. He didn't say that he was one of the most prominent physicists in the world, which he was, but instead he came out that he was a student. It was a difference in mindset. It was a mindset that he was always learning and always trying to get better. And that's what I would really tell myself, is to make myself an active and passionate student of price action to strive to understanding the market. And I'd also say be true to yourself as a trader. Now, what does that mean? One, you want to know what your outcomes are, obviously, and you want to act, do something. Every trade decision you make is in the pursuit of that outcome. And then the other thing of it is that you don't want to be flipping around from one system to the other. Listen, in finance, in stock trading, in the stock market, you always hear these fantastic stories about this guy made $1 million trading commodities, and this guy made $6 million in 6 months day trading S&P futures. And you know, that's cool. But you know what? They were probably true to themselves, who they were, as far as their emotional, mental, and belief system are all congruent, and they found a style that matches their personality, and that's why they're able to get big results. That is what you need to strive for. When you're true to yourself like that, then you can get your greatest potential. And most importantly, you want to learn how to control risk. If you lose 50% of your capital, it takes 100% return just to get back to break even. And you may be a great trader, but I got to tell you, 100% return is tough. So do yourself a favor. Learn how to just use a percentage of your trade capital, or, you know, use one of the different, you know, model theories out there to be able to control the position size and, you know, how you diversify your trades. If you do, it's going to keep you in the game longer than if you don't. You don't want to be a gunslinger. If you're sitting there using 5% or more of your capital on these wild trades with really no understanding of how that system works or generates profits, then you're setting yourself up to fail. Don't do that to yourself. Spend some time controlling risk as much as you do the entries, and you'll be fine. Now, in addition, this goes outside of trading, but it does affect your trading. Strive for balance in all areas, not just trading. Now, when I started out, obviously I spent a lot of time trying to learn the craft, probably too much. But if you're like me, it can create a strain on your relationships, and you don't really, you're not completely as happy as you could be, which is really the end goal when you're trading. When you don't have any other interests, when you don't know how to break away and disconnect from what you're doing, if you learn how to do that, if you can achieve that kind of balance, you're going to make far greater results than if you're just sitting around and looking at charts all the time. Take some time to break away. Give your mind a chance to work on whatever it is that you happen to be studying or whatever it is you're trying to master. And when you do, you're going to be much more functional, much happier, much more balanced, and be able to achieve greater success over the long term as a result. And finally, get a mentor. I mean, if you've got somebody that you're modeling as far as success, then that's who I would say use as a mentor. And they don't have to be somebody that's necessarily in the room with you. Sure, there's lots of online courses or people that you can call up and bounce ideas off, or maybe somebody that you really, really admire. One of the guys I admire a lot is a guy named Paul Tudor Jones. He's been in the game a long time and has just crushed it in the market ever since he's been in. And the guy's a billionaire, so obviously he's successful. But I read everything that I can on him. I mean, he's got a documentary where he was followed around, and I watch it several times a year. We've never met, but I consider him to be a mentor of mine. I try to model what he does in the market. So if you've got somebody whose the way that they've accomplished their goals and they've achieved something that's prominent and that you aspire to that, then obviously that's somebody that you can use as a mentor. Just read everything you can, interviews. I mean, it's the age of the internet, so you can find plenty of stuff. It'll help validate your process and help you along your path. So, kind of summing it up, all of these rules are things that I would tell myself back when I was beginning. And there are things that I've learned over almost 30 years now of being in the market. And, if this is the same advice that I would hand out to somebody that I didn't know that was thinking about getting in it. So, revisit these rules, use them as a guide, and I wish you all the success. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you like what you saw and you got something out of it, please do me a favor and give me a thumbs up below. And if you have questions or comments, then please leave them below. Now go and click the red Click Here icon in the lower right-hand side of the screen in front of you and subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll get all my notifications of new videos containing trading tips, market insights, and techniques to help you achieve greater success in the market and become a better trader. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.